I understand both sides to this Jakeem Grant argument. I just struggle with defending Grant considering his lackluster performance at wide receiver. I recall him muffing some punts too over the years. He doesn't have an issue with punts. He doesn't drop punts. So he's fine there because he's done it once or twice. Why don't you do it for 3 straight years? You think you're going to catch everyone clean? That's not going to happen. His issues are not in the return game, so don't even try. In the return game, he doesn't cost you anything. He helps you immensely. So let's not make shit up. And I get it. Look, Anthony, I see your face. You're a young guy. I guess you don't realize that the league is littered with guys that they keep that are great returners, and they suck everywhere else. Devin Hester sucked as a wide receiver. How many times do I have to repeat this? Brian Mitchell couldn't do anything as a running back. You know how many returners? Fulton Walker, which, of course, you're too young to have seen, but Fulton Walker for the Miami Dolphins sucked everywhere else except returner. Sometimes you keep guys around because they're exceptional returners. Yeah, some of you, it's like you have it's like you just found out about football now. It's like you have no history whatsoever about football. Nothing. You don't know anything about the history of football. And the history of football is littered with keeping guys that can only do one thing on special teams. Larry Izzo was a terrible linebacker, bro. I love Larry Izzo, the special teams player. When somebody got injured and Larry Izzo came in, oh my God, I was throwing up all over the place because I knew Larry Izzo couldn't tackle my grandmother. My grandmother would come between the guards and the center and put Larry Izzo on his ass and run him over for 10 more yards. And yet they kept Larry Izzo around. I am Bendejo. They kept him around because he could tackle on special teams. Do you want him as a linebacker? Hell effing no. Wow, man. You know, some of you people need to learn football. You need to learn the history of football. You don't know the history of football. That's the problem. So you start making shit up. Oh, I can't live with it. His receiving skills. Who gives a shit? The problem is they've had so many injuries the last 2 years. They've put more burden on the kid to play him as a wide receiver. He should only be a returner. He should be a decoy at wide receiver at best. This league is littered with players that could tackle on special teams, run on special teams, and they kept them just for that. Larry Izzo is a worse linebacker than Jakeem is a wide receiver. Okay? I mean, Larry Izzo, you don't want him on the field at all as a linebacker. Ever. The second you put Larry Izzo on the field as a linebacker, you might as wave the white flag and say it's over. That's it. Hey, if you're running, we'll just give you an automatic first down. Come on, man. Let's go. Wake up. You're right, Big O. Grant needs to be a part of this team. If they knew about football, they would know how fundamental special teams are for a football team. Optimal field position, roster spot. Field position is everything. It changes the entire effing game. And when you have a guy like that, you do it. Now, do we all want a returner that could also help you out as a receiver and be consistent? Hells to the yeah, it would be nice. But if Devin Hester can't catch a ball and can't run the right route, I don't care, bro. And if Brian Mitchell, I never want him as a running back, but I want him as a returner. That's just the way it is. So there you go. And ZG Wiz is asking, do you think Albert Wilson will make the team? Do you think he's been on this? You think he's been watching this show for the last week? People are getting after me because I keep saying that Albert Wilson should not make the team, that he should get traded. I've been saying that from the get-go because he doesn't help you out on special teams. So you'll know, ZG, so you can catch up with everything else. That's why everybody's freaking out with me. You know what I mean? And that's why I've kind of brought up the Albert Wilson thing. He hasn't really accomplished anything, yet there's this love affair. Like, he's a must keeper. Like, oh my God, we can't live without Albert Wilson. What pick was Grant? I think it was in the 6th round, actually. So in the 6th round, you draft the greatest returner in Dolphin history. Sounds like a pretty good deal. Ray says, I don't get it. Jakeem gives us an element of surprise on kickoffs and punts and can change a tight game into a win with field position. Dios mío. I get you. Tommy Vigorito, baby, fins up. Let's see. Grant played all those snaps at receiver because everybody was injured. People seem to forget he's a returner first. Yeah, that's what I said. And that's what also he took a beating because he's playing receiver and returner, and he's not a big guy. You know? That I always, you know what I love? When people compare Jakeem Grant to Tyreek. Why isn't he more like Tyreek Hill? Well, because he's half the size of Tyreek Hill also. It's like people think that Tyreek Hill and Jakeem Grant are the same size. One guy's 5'10" and too thick, and the other guy's 5'6", bro. Huge difference. Listen, I'm not asking you guys to fall in love with Jakeem, the receiver. I'm telling you guys and ladies out there to understand his importance as a returner is, I mean, it's at another level. It's something you don't replace. There's nobody on the team that can do it. Jalen's the only one, and you can't do that to the young man. You cannot do that off a foot injury. Put him on both responsibilities as a wide receiver and as a returner. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think it would be. I would be. I don't think I've been critical of Flo yet. That would be my first time that I would say, yeah, you effed up there. Yeah, that's not a good move. That one I would probably say, yeah, Flo, you bit off more than you can chew on that one. You're going to burn yourself because you just don't want to do that to the young man.